back of the Timberwolves for the 8th spot in the West. In a game in Minnesota, the perfect opportunity to flip spots in the standings. Justin Jefferson checking out the action. Early third quarter, the Wolves are up. Anthony Edwards drives, misses. Anthony Davis gets the rebound, tweaks his ankle. He would stay down, he would get up, and he would stay in the game.
Tough guy.
That's not often we say that, but there he is. 5 minutes to go in the third. Wolves were leading by as many as 13. Dennis Schroeder with the steal. Lays it in. Lakers come all the way back to take the lead, 79-78. They're up 3 here. Austin Reeves to Rui Hachimura for the alley-oop. Lakers push the lead to 5. They weren't done. LeBron to Reeves in a corner. 3-ball. Good. Very next possession. Schroeder. Lakers on a 24-2 run in the third. They would lead it 90-83 going to the fourth. About midway through the last quarter, Lakers lead is 8 now. AD gets the rebound. Through traffic, falling down, gets the roll. The lead is 10. And then here, AD doing work on Cat. That's Kentucky on Kentucky crime right there. 38 points, 17 rebounds for Davis. Now, he would head to the locker room just before the end of the game, but his squad wins at 120.
They stacked that 401k.
He taught me how to handle the media both in New York and in L.A., and that's what I was given.
Key, were you
from the university?
Were you in Lears? Were you in Citations, or were you in Hawkers back when you were in college? What was the private jet situation for you?
We traveled commercial.
You individually, not we. You.
We managed to go to some different places at times, depending on
places at times
when you needed to get there.
Key,
there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of Jay. There's a lot of what would we call it, Max? Wealthy, to-do alums and boosters who family members, kids of sort, gone to school with us, and we had the opportunity to follow along and be a part of what it was that they were doing, whatever it was, whether it was flying to a Cal game with the family.
It's like a big family.
With the family, yeah. The family.
It's a family. So,
an extended family.
So measured,
extended family.
so good.
Yeah.
That boy good.
By the way, the truth is SC in Southern California, man, that's a network right there. SC is probably the most influential institution when you really look at where everyone's placed in the city, different jobs, different stuff. It is
in all seriousness, though, a lot of people really think I got paid to go to USC. Mm-hmm. I grew up across the street from USC. I bleed cardinal and gold. I don't know what you're looking like
way
that
before
for, Jay.
You went to USC.
It's like, why would I ever ask the institution to give me money when they're helping me get a free education?
Exactly. You don't have to ask.
When you don't have to ask. Why would he ask?
Why? That's a valid point. You're not lying. Why would I ever have to ask? But I mean, there is an alternative to not
our
asking.
University. Look, our university is very serious about the education.
How come no one asked me how much I got to go to Columbia?
And there's a lot of people, like as Max said, there's a lot of influential people at this time, no, Jay. Back in this day and age, summertime we could work. And so there's people that you can get jobs
You got to keep the answer much shorter, man. It's too much. Like when your mom asked you where you were, first there was a track fire, and then I learned at an early age, man, one reason, not 17 things.
I'm trying to make sure I'm skating right, though.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, man, go work over there. Sure. What do? I just clock in. You don't have to do any clock in.
Hey, Luka is not happy. Immediately people's focus goes to Kyrie Irving, but is that the right place to focus? KJM, ESPN.
Need to hear nothing. Just be an assassin. And at the end of the day, for Kevin Durant, let his body of work dictate his legacy. Because I pray for as a great of a basketball player as Kevin Durant is, if he adds this missing component to his persona, that's what I'm talking about, damn it. Because that's next level for him. He shouldn't give a damn what anybody says. It don't matter. All that matters is what Kevin Durant thinks about Kevin Durant. You feel me?
Mic drop, Jay.
Okay.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Okay.
If that's the growth that we're seeing from Durant right now, as opposed to what we heard earlier in the season, then all of this conversation about his legacy and his career and what people are criticizing him about, including Charles Barkley, needs to be put to bed.
There you go. Bye.
Get rid of the burner accounts, dog.
Yeah, right.
Stop
That's the big
tweeting.
thing.
Even if he
we don't
doesn't
want to
win,
hear
it
that.
don't matter.
No,
Max.
but well, hold on. The reason, you understand, sports, the money in sports, even the salaries, everything, it's not just about. It's based upon the fact that these are the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it is narrative driven. It's the story. It's you want to know the characters. You want to know what's at stake. You want to know what the obstacles are, how big they are, what the risks are, how hard it is to do the thing they're trying to do, right? There's a downside too. There's an upside. So KD has an enormous opportunity right now. He can chip up right now on a team he just got to. That's going to do a lot. You just arrived late in the season, missed time.
He's played 7 games in 2023.
It'd be an enormous accomplishment
7 games.
for him to win a championship. And as you say, 7-footer who can do all that, there's no reason he shouldn't be in the MJ, LeBron, Kobe, right? He should be right there. If he does this, he will be. Like, people will start to.
I don't think. See, that's the part where
No, I
you
think
miss
he
me,
will
Max, because I don't think this changes how I look at Kevin Durant as a player.
Oh,
It doesn't.
It does for me. This would be the first time he's won a championship on a team that couldn't not win a championship. This would be it.
They were in the NBA Finals a couple years ago.
Who?
The Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, that's right. They were in the finals, but they couldn't get over the top. They are a typical juggernaut conference team. No one wins on a bad team. Of course you need a great team around you to win a championship. The difference with the Warriors were they were in the conversation until they lost by a possession in the finals for the greatest team ever. He joined that and they didn't even really have to lose anything. It was stupid. When it happened, everyone knew no one had a chance.
What if they didn't win it?
Different.
What if they didn't win it?
There was no way for them not to.
No, I'm asking. No, we like to play what if. There are ways that team may not have won a championship. If they wouldn't have won it, what would we have been talking about with that team?
It wouldn't have been good.
All I'm saying is at the end of the day, you're telling me narratives that media members or people like you feel like you need to qualify or validate whether Kevin Durant is one of the greatest you've ever seen. And I'm telling you, if you're Kevin Durant, I don't give a damn what Max Kellerman's narrative is about me being one of the greatest. I know I am one of the greatest to ever play the game. And by the way, basketball players know when it's all said and done, that unicorn is one of the most special players the game of basketball has ever seen. He is one of the greatest. He is up there with LeBron and Michael Jordan.
Is he? Who are the greatest
scoring?
players? I'm just curious.
In scoring as a player, I'm not talking. You're talking about titles and team
Forget about in
championships.
scoring. I'm asking you. See, this you might not like that you feel this way.
No.
But I'm asking you for your, and I don't mean scoring. Greatest players of all time. Who are your top 5 greatest players of all time?
Like greatest player. Like what are we doing?
You know exactly what I mean. Come on.
You're asking me as it relates to champion. Who are the greatest winners?
No. I'm asking you who the greatest
players in basketball I've ever seen.
Define it whoever you want. However you watch this. Chris Canty. Who are the 5 greatest basketball players who ever?
I'll tell you the greatest
Number
basketball
5.
players I've ever seen.
Okay.
Michael Jordan,
right?
LeBron
Number
James,
4.
Kevin Durant.
Number 3.
So for you, he's top 3.
I think greatest basketball players that the earth has ever set foot on. Those are 3.
I hope that they have set foot on the earth and not the other
whatever.
way. But
Sorry for messing up a word.
But I agree with you that I think this is instructive. You're saying Kevin Durant belongs really in the top 3. Jay, I'm saying the same thing. But I don't think history will record him that way if he doesn't win a championship from Golden State.
That's fine, because I know that this is a team sport. I know that it takes way more than just one of the greatest players, with maybe the exception of LeBron, that carried teams to NBA Finals, Chris Canty. But it feels like in this media world that we live in now, that detracts his greatness. People use that against him.
Chris, who are your top 5
which is
players?
wild to me, CC. He's dragging Matthew Dellavedova and Bobby Gibson to NBA Finals. It's like, well, look at his NBA Finals record. It never compares to MJ.
Which is wild. That's wild to me.
No. People don't use it as extra credit. People use his Finals record against him.
But that's petty if you just. But wait a minute. You got to take it one at a time. LeBron, for me and for many people, I'm not the only one. I look at that series where Kyrie and Kevin Love went down, and he got to a Game 6 with that Warriors team. He gets extra credit for that. I look at the Cavs team he dragged to the finals, kicking and screaming in 06. 7. I don't care that he lost in the finals. Of course he's going to lose. He got extra credit for that. Where you take a little credit away, and it's
the
not
Miami
even
series,
but it's only versus guys like Jordan. Is if you're crewed up and you face another crewed up team and you come up a little short, and there was another guy in history who never came up short in that situation, then in a comparison where you're making a hierarchy, he may not be ahead of that guy.
Now, can you define come up short? Just when you get to the finals? Because there have been a lot of times that Michael hasn't got to the finals.
Every single time.